Right. News in terms of a potential move here for Manchester United's.
It's not often that Paul Scholes speaks out about transfers, but when he does, it matters. No drama, no filters, just footballing honesty from one of the game's quietest legends. And this week, he broke his silence on Benjamin Sesko, the newest face in Manchester United red. And it wasn't just a nod of approval, it was a genuine stamp of belief, a signal that, maybe, just maybe, United are finally getting it right again. Now let's pause for a second. Because this isn't just about a promising striker, it's about timing, vision, identity. Scholes doesn't do fluff. He's never been one to chase headlines, doesn't throw out compliments unless he means it. So when he says Sesko reminds him of players who define their generation, you sit up and listen. That's not casual praise, that's legacy-level talk. Benjamin Sesko arrives at Old Trafford, not as a savior, but as a statement. Young, dynamic, powerful, a striker who brings more than just goals, he brings intent. And let's be honest, United have craved that kind of intent for a while now. For too long the transfer strategy felt reactive, scattergun, plugging gaps instead of building a structure. But this feels different. This feels like a blueprint taking shape, and it's no coincidence that Sesko is one of Ruben Amorim's early signings, because if you followed Amorim's rise, you'll know he wants forwards who press hard, run the channels, bully defenders, and finish with confidence. Sesko ticks every one of those boxes: tall, quick, technically sharp, and just as crucial, mentally ready. That mindset, that hunger, it's exactly what United have lacked up front since the days of a young Rooney or Van Persie in full flow. By the way, I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you see Sesko becoming a long-term number 9 for United? Or is this just the beginning of a much bigger rebuild under Amorim? Let's talk about it below. Back to Sesko, and more importantly the direction United are heading in. Scholes described this move as something the club should have done years ago. And he's right. Look around the top clubs in Europe. They don't just buy talent, they develop it. They invest in players with ceilings still untouched, and trust the process. It's what City did with Haaland, what Liverpool did with Darwin Núñez, what Arsenal are doing with Havertz and co. Now United are finally stepping into that space. Not just reacting to the market, but acting with purpose. And there's something else at play here. The return of belief. You can feel it. From the fans, from former players, even inside the club itself. A quiet sense that finally the project has a foundation. That United aren't just trying to relive past glories, they're trying to write new ones. Sesko isn't just another forward. He's a reflection of a bigger philosophy. Long-term planning, youth investment, a proper football structure. The kind of signing that tells you, this club knows where it's going. And with Scholes backing the move, it only adds weight. Because let's not forget, this is a man who played alongside the best, saw greatness up close, knew what it really looked like. He's not the kind to speak out for clicks or cameras. So when he says a striker has the potential to define his time, that matters. That's not hype, that's recognition. Of course Sesko's only 21. He's not here to fix everything overnight. But with the right development, the right coaching under Amorim, and the right atmosphere around him, he has every tool to grow into an icon. And the best part, he won't be alone. You look at this United squad now, and it's starting to make sense. Kobbie Mainoo, Alejandro Garnacho, Rasmus Højlund, Licha Martinez, young leaders, fighters, players with identity. Now add Sesko to that spine, and suddenly it's not just a team, it's a project. What we're witnessing slowly but surely is the rebuilding of Manchester United brick by brick, not with superstar quick fixes but with hunger, with structure, with belief. And when legends like Scholes speak up in support, it tells you this isn't a false dawn, this is something real, something worth following, something worth believing in again. So if you're excited for what's coming, if you're ready to back the next generation of Manchester United, make sure you're here for it. Like the video if you felt that spark returning, share it with a fellow Red who needs to hear it, and of course, hit subscribe to join the journey, because this isn't just news, this is United Notify. And the pulse of Old Trafford, it's beating strong again.